Honestly, just the fact that I have to talk about this character is starting to annoy me. So let's just get this over with. Westeros. How long has it been since I last spoke of you for a video?
Oh, goddess. Hours.
Whether it's for Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, Westeros always succeeds in giving us characters that we truly, truly hate. But what if I told you there is one man more hated than all the rest?
I don't believe you.
Now, you may be asking, but if you're making a video about the most hated character, shouldn't you wait for House of the Dragon to finish? To that I say, we all know that cream rises to the top. And at the top of this shit pile isn't Joffrey, Ramsay, or even Cersei. But no, none of them. The shit king of this hill is none other than Ser Criston Cole. But why? What makes this seemingly ordinary Dornish member of the Kingsguard so much worse than sociopathic killers and a king who would definitely tell his boys not to go to school the next day? That one was dark. I take that back. But anyways, why is Criston Cole so hated? Because Criston Cole is initially introduced as a good guy and a potential love interest for Rhaenyra. We see him steal victory away from Daemon in the tournament after Daemon was about to win but took a moment to gloat, so he gets bonus points right away. Then we see him roast Daemon when Daemon tries to insult him by forgetting his name.
Ser Criston, wasn't it?
Ser Criston Cole, my prince.
Ah, yes, apologies. I couldn't recall.
Perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off his horse.
And it was so quick and clever that even Daemon was like,
Yep, that's a good one.
So, once again, bonus points. Then we see him protect Rhaenyra from a wild boar attack. I'm guessing Robert Baratheon wished that he would have had him around, huh?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hey, I like this guy, said stupid me during my first watch.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
Then, when Daemon thinks about boning Rhaenyra but backs out at the last minute, we see our girl flirtatiously play with Criston that same night. It's a very cute scene, and then it finally happens. The thing that would literally become Ser Criston Cole's high point in life and the thing that will change him forever. They fucked. Okay? I said it. So yeah, up until now, all things are pointing to him being a great character. But then, here comes the twist. While they're out on the open ocean one day, he tries asking Rhaenyra to run away with him so that they can go live in poverty and eat fruit. Obviously, she's gonna say no. We all know what's been entrusted to her from her father, King Viserys. So, she offers him like the sweetest deal possible. They still see each other, but just in private, so they can both stay together and both be rich and powerful. That's an amazing deal. What does old Criston do? Well, he throws a teary-eyed hissy fit and then talks about how his pure white cloak is tainted now. Boo-hoo. Like, I would cut him some slack if he didn't literally make the exact same deal with Queen Alicent in season 2. No, seriously. That one moment is enough for him to hate her so much that he immediately goes to Alicent, telling her they slept together. Which, side note, why this is enough for Alicent to suddenly turn against Rhaenyra and symbolically declare war against her, I'll never understand. Alicent felt betrayed, but she never swore that she didn't have sex with anyone. She just said that she didn't have sex with Daemon, which was true at that point. So this little betrayal in Alicent's mind just never really made sense to me. Sorry for that little rant. I will cover the idiotic Alicent and the Greens in a different video, but for now, let's get back to Ser Criston. Or as I started calling him late in season 1, Sir Sidepiece. So after telling Alicent about them, he spends the entire royal wedding pouting like a child. Then he snaps when Joffrey mentions that he knows about them too, and he literally makes a hole in the dude's face.
You punched a little gay kid in the face? It's not even second period.
I am one more gay kid getting punched in the face away from a nervous breakdown. Do I make myself clear?
Yet, just when he's about to go kill himself out of guilt and give his story the happy ending we all want, Alicent stops him and they team up to take down the big bad evil Rhaenyra once and for all. Oh, yeah, and Ser Sidepiece likes to insult Rhaenyra pretty much 24/7.
A spider who stings and sucks her prey dry. Spoiled. It's time the bitch queen paid a price.
He sounds like a 17-year-old who still whines about a breakup 2 years ago, but he swears that he's over her. Except in the show, it's been way, way longer. Like, over a decade longer. Like, when the series started, both Alicent and Rhaenyra were teenagers. By the time season 1 ends, they both have children who are teenagers. Dude, just let it go already. When we see him again after the time skip, somehow not looking a day older, like, what'd he do, get a sip from the fountain of youth? Anyways, when we see him, we can tell that he does everything to ensure that King Viserys and Queen Alicent's sons are trained and ready to lead, all while ignoring Rhaenyra's bastard sons who are actually the real heirs to the throne after Rhaenyra. Like, dude is straight up petty in all the worst ways. He antagonizes Sir Harwin Strong, who's the boy's real father, into fighting him just for fun, just to make a point. He picks on their kids like a bully. Then Ser Sidepiece straight up kills Lord Beesbury, a member of the Small Council, when he protests stealing the throne away from Rhaenyra, and once again he receives no punishment.
I will have no part.
All of this over a breakup. Dude is literally TJ Miller, but with armor. Now, do y'all remember when Dany had to break things off with Daario Naharis? Like, she did not even offer him the idea of keeping their romance going. She cut the cord, man. She just told him, like, no, you can't come with me. You gotta stay here. So did Daario then raise an army of sellswords to get vengeance on her? Did he send ravens to Westeros offering his help in defeating Dany once she arrives?
No.
He took it like a champ and even wished her well, but not Ser Sidepiece. No sir. So when people say they hate him more than other previous evil characters, it's for this reason. He's not a bad guy because that's his part in the story. No, his entire motivation for siding with the traitorous Greens and wanting to take out Rhaenyra is because she said no to his idiotic proposal. Dude chose to behave this way. He chose to kill innocent men. He chose to bully children. And he chooses to insult Rhaenyra at every turn. If Westeros had social media, he would definitely be posting those cringy memes with people like Tom Hardy or the Joker or Cillian Murphy with those generic quotes about things that they totally never said. Oh hey, do y'all remember when he said he didn't want to be a side piece of the queen because of his precious honor? Remember how much he didn't want to be some whore to the queen? Well, in season 2, he's totally fine with that exact same role, but with Alicent. Seriously, he's her side piece, and he's totally cool with it. It makes no sense. Sure, Alicent is a lot prettier than Rhaenyra is, but what about his delicate honor? What about his precious white cloak and his high and mighty moral code? Dude is straight up the biggest hypocrite in all of Westeros. Like, look at some of the characters. Rhaenyra, she was always fast and loose, but she never tried to hide it. She was just like, yep, I kinda, I get around, it's what I do. It was King Viserys' decision to keep her bastard sons as the heirs. You look at Alicent, she is 100% straight-laced by the books, and, she probably wouldn't be very fun at parties, but she owns it. Daemon?
He can keep his tongue.
Daemon has no fucking chill whatsoever. You never know what he's gonna do, but dude just owns it. Then you have Ser Criston, who's like, oh yeah, I'm all high and mighty and I'm honorable, when really he's just a hypocrite and a bully. So what else could he do to annoy us? Let's have some fun with this. Will Ser Sidepiece A. fail to protect Helaena and her children from the Blood and Cheese assassination? B. spend the night of the assassination fucking Alicent rather than doing his job? C. project his feelings of failure and try to blame it on someone else? Or D. guilt trip someone into attempting a suicide mission so that he can make up for his own failures without ever actually owning up to them? The answer was actually all of the above. Big shocker there, I know. When Helena and her babies are alone, 2 assassins, sent by Daemon to take out Aemon, settle for Aegon's children instead. So Ser Sidepiece could have prevented the death of the king's heir, but he was too busy letting Alicent ride him like a dragon. Then he goes on to blame his failure on someone else and tells them, hey, so you know what would make everything better? Okay, hear me out. What if you went to Dragonstone alone and pretended to be your twin brother and just take out Rhaenyra solo?
What is this?
It's a reminder of yesterday, I think. The procession was muddy. I'll replace it hence.
Do it now.
The night was long, Ser Criston. And I had not eaten. If I could
You
just...
defy my authority, Sir Eric.
I do not.
The white cloak is a symbol of our purity, our fidelity. Kingsguard are a sacred trust. We so easily sully our ancient honor.
I'll remedy the error.
Where were you when Jaehaerys was murdered?
With King Aegon.
And you were not in the private quarters where you might have prevented the crime.
His Grace wished to entertain his companions in the throne room.
But if you thought to go upstairs?
Where were you? Oh, Commander.
Did you ever have intercourse in this office? Are you serious? Ugh. Where? Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
And why has Helena the Queen been granted no sworn protector? Surely once she ascended, she should have... Oh, brother!
He's a thief and a traitor to the crown.
And the young prince is murdered on your watch.
You are mad, sir. Mad! You cannot think that I did this has no relevance!
God, he's such a dick. I just hate him so much. Every time he's on screen, I just want to pimp slap him. He's not even worthy of a real punch. Ooh, or maybe like a slap with a glove like in the old days.
I challenge you to a duel.
I accept.
You will go to Dragonstone and strike down Rhaenyra in her own halls. Now will you go? Or must I question your loyalty to the king?
Honestly, if I were him, I would have gone straight to Otto with that plan and been like, did you hear what this dumb fucker wants me to do? And so he says yes to the idea, and the plan goes precisely as expected. And how is Ser Criston punished for this secret plan? Well, Aegon loves it. He even kicks out the smartest member of his council and names Ser Sidepiece as his new Hand of the King.
Ser Criston Cole has acted.
And what has Ser Criston Cole done?
He has sent Sir Eric to slay Rhaenyra.
Alone?
He's pretending to be his own twin. Brilliant.
Gods help us all. I'm surrounded by idiots.
This dude is seriously the best at failing upwards I've ever seen. I bet y'all if he threw Aegon off one of the balconies of the Red Keep, they would just promote him and make him the new king. Dude is like the worst Hand of the King possible. In fact, let's just call him the Hand and the Queen. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm does not attack me too much for that. The only positive you can say about the Hand and the Queen is how he's a soldier. Dude will just run into battle without hesitation. Then again, so has pretty much every other cannon fodder soldier in each series, so that's not really impressive. Then the show really has the balls to give us shots of these two dingbats looking longingly at each other, as if anyone is rooting for these two dinguses. But to be real, I think the biggest factor that makes him so hated is simply his attitude. You know what he's done. We all know the things he's done. But he still has the nerve to constantly act all high and mighty. Like he's just so deep and conflicted. Like his morals and honor are so much higher than everyone around him. He's literally as delusional as Cersei Lannister, but without her redeeming qualities of loving her children and having good cheekbones. Now, luckily, those of us who are familiar with the source material know the Hand and the Queen's days are numbered. I won't go into spoilers about how he dies in the books, as I think it'll be more rewarding if you don't see it coming. But based on how the pace of the show has recently just ground to a halt, it's most likely that we won't see his death until probably, I would say, season 4. It truly just depends on if they're gonna pad things out and wait until the end of season 3 to show things like the fall of King's Landing. Honestly, I don't see how it's gonna be possible for his death to happen in season 3, as they already spent way too much time milking the whole Daemon at Harrenhal subplot, so it just kind of feels inevitable that they're gonna drag this out until season 4. The bold idea would be to have the Battle of the Gullet in the first episode of season 3. This would restore faith in the direction of the show and would set itself apart from Game of Thrones, as I can't remember any first episode of a season ending with such a significant event. But if we're basing predictions on how the show is in its current state, I just wouldn't be shocked at all if they saved that for the second to last episode of season 3 and then end the season with either the fall of King's Landing or with Rhaenyra and Daemon flying to King's Landing and just ending on a cliffhanger. Anyways, back to Ser Sidepiece, Han and the Queen, first of his name. If you're unaware, the show version of him is far and away different from the book version. It doesn't even feel like the same character. If the House of the Dragon writers are simply using him as their token hated character, then they have succeeded. This move actually makes sense, as it does give us someone to hate, while also being able to feel bad for Aegon, or at least start to understand him on an emotional level. When you look at Aegon, you know that he never wanted this. He's simply a pawn of Otto and Alicent. Watching him struggle with his injuries was actually truly heartbreaking. So it does make sense why they changed Cole's character from the Kingmaker, as he's known in the book, to the Han and the Queen, Ser Sidepiece. However, it does not make his time on screen any more enjoyable. Honestly, Ser Sidepiece represents the absolute worst parts of the toxicity of being a man. All those negative stereotypes that men are given by society are from characters like Ser Sidepiece. Dude is just the fucking worst. If Aragorn is the perfect example of healthy, non-toxic masculinity in a fantasy setting, Ser Criston is the opposite side of that coin. Dude's just the worst, and honestly, I'm done talking about him, okay? I'm done, I'm fucking done. Dude is annoying, I hate his character so much, but I do have to say that the actor who plays him seems like an absolute delight, and if you ever want to have a good time, just watch some of the behind the scenes interviews with him and Matt Smith. Their bromance is both wholesome and pretty damn funny.
What's Fabian's favourite football club? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Who did Fabian play in his high school production of Singing in the Rain? Say, photographer.
Oh, you're kidding me! What is Matt's favourite band?
However, I'm done talking about him. I can't talk about it anymore.
I can't talk about it anymore. It's giving me a headache.
Here, take 2 of these.
Ah, new print. Little. Yellow. Different.
So yeah, these are just some of the reasons I wanted to give y'all why his character is so hated. But for now, I am going to get to work on the next video, and I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your weekend, and I'll see y'all in the next video.